Christmas, a time of togetherness. We're 17 days away and the lights have started to fill the trimmed trees. The walls have been freshly coated with paint. And in the kitchen, the sorrel drink from last year is fermented and some little boy or girl is waiting eagerly to grab that wooden spoon from mommy and feast on the delicious cake mixture. Ah, Christmas. Family, friends, food. Hi, I'm Theodore Henry. Stay tuned as we take you through the festivities of Christmas on Jamaica Magazine.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Friday, December 8. Cabinet has approved a sum of $200 million as compensation for aggrieved persons who were affected by the West Kingston incursion in May 2010. The compensation amount was disclosed by Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. 73 civilians and a soldier died during the incursion, which was undertaken by security forces to capture Christopher Dudus Coke. Other residents were also injured and properties damaged. Financial compensation for persons wronged by the state was one of the recommendations of the West Kingston Commission of Inquiry, which was appointed to investigate the operation.
A compensation committee was established in October 2016 to investigate all claims brought by aggrieved persons and to determine the compensation payable to injured persons and to the personal representatives of deceased persons in respect of the events of May 2010.
Minister Chuck says implementation is at varying stages for the other recommendations from the Commission of Inquiry. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Audley Shaw says the government is paving the way for the growth of the business process outsourcing BPO industry. He says the industry now employs over 26,000 Jamaicans with plans to push that figure to at least 100,000 workers. Speaking at Wednesday's opening of the two-day Outsource to the Caribbean conference in Montego Bay, Minister Shaw cited the passage of the Special Economic Zones Law, which has created an incentive regime for investors, including players in the BPO sector. Minister Shaw said steps would be taken to diversify skills in the local industry through comprehensive training of the labor force.
We are ramping up the HEART program to train our people, and I want to say this. It's not just for your very basic data entry work. We want to prepare our young people that they can take on more value added in your industry. So we want to diversify the local industry, move up the value chain by going into areas like shared services, legal process outsourcing, computer-aided design, and medical process outsourcing.
The Ministry of Health has made a significant step towards achieving the goal of universal access and health coverage for Jamaicans, as a contract was signed on Wednesday with Sanigest International to develop a policy proposal for a national health insurance plan.
The contract was signed, valued some $722,000 to Sanigest International, and will be for about 6 months. The company has a extended reputation of doing this sort of exercise, and from that standpoint I am comfortable that they appreciate the challenges of countries like Jamaica and what needs to be done.
The policy will provide information such as feasibility of the plan, sustainability, methods of financing and benefits packages, and mechanisms to secure adequate coverage for the most vulnerable in society.
We have to consider the collection of revenues, sources of funding, whether it's general taxation, contributory regimes, where the provider, those who access contribute, long before they get to the point of requiring it.
The new West End Infant School in Negril, Westmoreland was officially opened this week. It is valued at over $111 million and was established by the Chase Fund and the Sandals Foundation. The school, which can accommodate 160 students, commenced classes in September 2017. It is equipped with 8 classrooms and resource areas, staff and student bathrooms, a sick bay, administrative office, and a kitchen. At the opening, Education Minister Senator Roel Reid urged other entities to partner with government to develop more early childhood institutions.
Go and build out, go and improve the physical infrastructure of the institution, and we will continue and fund the operational costs of the school, including paying the staff and all the other operational expenses.
And finally, 79 young people have received the Prime Minister's Youth Award for Excellence this year. The awards were presented during a ceremony Wednesday night on the lawns of the Office of the Prime Minister. The recipients were recognized for outstanding achievements in categories of academics, agriculture, arts and culture, entrepreneurship, environmental protection, innovation in science and technology, international achievement, journalism, leadership, sports and youth development. There was also a special Jamaica 55 award.
When I look in the audience at the youth talent in Jamaica, it is clear that our future is very bright. Our progress, our prosperity, our destiny is unstoppable. So I say to all the young people, continue to work hard, continue to put out that effort. Keep on doing it for the love, not for the like.
Government re-implemented the award after a 3-year hiatus in order to celebrate the achievements of the country's youth. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Volunteerism during the festive season brings hope to the less fortunate. You know, just knowing that someone cares about their well-being is enough for many.
Give love on Christmas Day. Give love on Christmas Day.
This might be your Christmas experience, spending time with family and friends, uninhibited merriment combined with delectable food and drink. But there is a flip side to the Christmas reality, where uncertainty, despair, and hunger is constant. This reality is faced by some of the most vulnerable people in our society, the homeless and the indigent. But there is a ray of hope, simply because one of the many gifts of the Christmas season is the ability to give. There are many organizations that have made philanthropy their cornerstone, and they are inviting you to join them in extending this gift during the Christmas season. The ringing of the bell is their calling card, and the red kettle their signpost. Travel to any supermarket or shopping area during the month of December, and you will see the sharply dressed officers of the Salvation Army soliciting your assistance in the form of money, which in turn will be used to alleviate another's burden.
The Salvation Army continues to be what we call a caring organization who have we call a holistic approach to Christianity, serving both spirit, soul, and body of an individual.
During the Christmas season, their thrust to cater to the needy is driven through small community projects.
The main thing is providing food hampers for the less fortunate in our communities, and also to help with treats and so on for children in various communities.
And the monetary donations received through their Red Kettle Drive.
The funds received go towards our Christmas effort and also to help us during the year, particularly at this time to purchase food hampers and also provide toys and other, we call it health care for persons in various institutions around Jamaica.
I Fed One is an organization driven by volunteers who are committed to providing more than food. They are driven by the desire to have the overall needs of others fulfilled.
The idea is that it is more blessed to give than to receive. So whereas we know that there are persons out there who need the help, we're saying there are persons out there who also want to help. So we actually give them an opportunity to help in that way.
We identify target groups. We create projects to suit those needs, those specific needs, and we solicit support from the general public.
The flagship project organized by I Fed One is their Christmas feeding program, where volunteers take to the streets of the Kingston metropolitan area and Spanish Town on Christmas Day to share with the homeless and indigent a little bit of Christmas feast. Since 2008, the program has catered to over 4,000 individuals with over 100 participating volunteers.
Just out there, just helping someone to have a meal, it's a wonderful feeling.
Although it was Christmas Day, we traditionally spend it with our families. It was just a few hours out of the morning that we sacrificed to share with others who, didn't have what we had at home, and to get to appreciate what their needs are. And we learned as well, more to appreciate what we have.
It's very important that we see a need, and that we not only see the need, but we act upon that need that is there. We cannot live for ourselves.
Yes, it's Christmas, and as much as we want to eat everything in sight, moderation is key. And hey, there's always an alternative.
Christmas is foodie paradise. The time when we look forward to our honey glazed ham, or sorrel juice, Christmas cake and pudding and all of that. But we need to ensure that everybody gets their fill at the Christmas table. We need to cater for those persons who are vegetarians or vegans, and for those with chronic illnesses. But how do we do that?
Look at the amount of salt that you're adding to your food. Look at the amount of sugar that you're adding to beverages and to meals as well. And look at the amount of fats that you're using in preparation. One of the things that I always tell persons is, you have a party later on. Remember, it's what you eat for the entire day that counts. We want you to exchange calories.
Things for you to note and to put into practice. Now, I recently learned how to prepare a raw vegan meal. Thank you. And I'm going to show you some of that a little later. And then right after that, you're going to join me here and you will learn how to prepare a traditional vegetarian meal. All right? See you soon.
Today we are going to prepare 3 major entrees. We're going to prepare a basic salad with curried coconut pasta, and we're also going to have some Brazilian nut cheese pate, as well as we'll just touch on some plantain in coconut cream. Firstly, we want to have a source of moisture. Source of moisture could be lettuce, right? Excellent base for your salad. So we have just chopped up some lettuce here. And we want to season the lettuce by just adding some scallion, chopped scallion here. So about 1.5 tablespoons of chopped scallion. And then we follow that up with some chopped sweet pepper, which adds wonderful color to the salad. So I'm adding 2.5 tablespoons of chopped sweet pepper. And then I find also when you have like a source of excitement in your salad to stimulate it, ginger works very nicely as a spice. So just sprinkling a little bit of ginger in your salad here. And then we're just gonna turn it around. We take the medium meat of a jelly coconut. Scoop it out carefully so that you're not breaking it into pieces. And then we just shave off the fibrous parts of the back. And then we can just take a slice and we can roll it, just like this. And then after rolling it, you want to just slice it thinly. So we start to get these pasta-like strips. To turn it into curry, what we want to do is to add a little bit of curry powder, and the amount of curry you add is based on how curried you want it to be. Then we want to add a little bit of salt to the curry. And then we want to add a little bit of pepper, a half of a teaspoon into the mix. And then we want to add a little oil. So I'm just adding about a teaspoon and a half of coconut oil. And then I'll just simply mix it together. And as I mix it together, notice it's beginning to look like curry.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish.
So what we do, we use here 3/4 cups of Brazil nuts in our food processor with an S-blade. And then we simply add 2 cloves of garlic. And then we add a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. We're making a cheese, so you do need that salt there. Now we want to just process it to the point where it's smooth but not clumpy. We want to get it fluffy, okay? And when you taste it, it should not be too crunchy either. Then this is our Brazilian nut cheese, which we will then place into a sliced tomato. So here we have husked out the gut of 2 tomatoes, and then we'll simply now fill them with the cheese to give you a Brazilian nut cheese pate.
Not even 1 cent to buy a little toy. We dance and rock it to the ice box. We rub it and scrub it to the ice.
And then we just make some thin slices. And we are going to use a little bit of cinnamon powder to just add a little flavor to this plantain. Just a dash of cinnamon powder. And what we're going to do, we have just simply chopped up some dried coconut meat. We're going to place it into the juice extractor so that the cream from the coconut meat will just come out onto the plantain. The trash will come out at the other end. Now we want to do enough coconut so it really moisturizes the plantain. Okay, sort of like almost covers it with fresh, yummy coconut juice. Now just for artistry, place it at the 4 opposing points, thus completing our raw vegan salad, our main course.
This is good. So come in here.
Take your time, take your time.
Wow, can't talk. Too good. So come back later.
When using an automated banking machine ABM, ensure the machine is in a location you are comfortable with, and when you enter, be sure to close the door. Examine the machine before you insert your debit card, and never enter your card if the machine has a suspicious device attached to it. More important, don't allow strangers to assist you in conducting a transaction. And remember, treat your debit card like cash. Keep it in a safe place.
Hark how the bells
It warms the soul.
Mighty God Jehovah, counselor from the east.
Often it comforts the sick, old and lonely. A visit complemented by a Christmas song or hymn at a time for good cheer. Let's go caroling. It's Christmas.
Christmas a come, me want me degede. Christmas a come, me want me degede. Not a bangle to me hand, me want me llama. Not a hat to me head, me want me llama. Not a shoes to me foot, me want me llama. Christmas a come, me want me llama. Holy, holy, holy in
The idea of Christmas caroling brings to mind jolly churchgoers going door to door singing and entertaining along the way. Known as wassailing in the olden English days, it means to spread the spirit of Christmas through hymns. Research didn't prove when exactly the custom began, but it did give us the song Here We Come A-Wassailing, sung as carolers wished good cheer to their neighbors in hopes of getting a gift in return.
Here we come a-wassailing among the leaves so green. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you.
This song evolved into the popular We Wish You a Merry Christmas. While the written history behind Christmas caroling is uncertain, the oral tradition is strong, passed down from generation to generation. Whether it's Deck the Halls, Joy to the World, or Santa Ketchup in a Mango Tree, carolers have long been known to bring a smile to many faces.
Shepherds watch their flocks by night all season.
Today, many caroling groups across the globe sing for charity in churches and neighborhoods. Locally, it's probably safe to say it's a dying tradition. However, several groups continue to travel by foot or by motor vehicle to warm the hearts of many. One such group is the Jamaican Folk Singers. They've been caroling consistently for more than 3 decades. The caroling venues include senior citizens' residences, assisted living residences, cancer hospices, and public places.
For us, we believe in the power of music, the healing power of music, and how it can help to lift us, give us what we need to get through.
So we decide at Christmas time to make the time to go around to a number of these establishments and sing for them to help bring a little lift to the days. And over the years, we've realized that many of them in the homes really don't even have people who visit them.
Sing the chorus, clap your hands, beat the congo, play your pan, spread the news throughout the land that Jesus is born. Jesus, our Savior is born. Breathe of man with man to dwell. Jesus or Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
We do have the financial challenges because we do this over a period of about 3 weeks. So we on weekends and sometimes during the week we're out caroling. But for us as members of the Jamaican Folk Singers, we recognize the importance of it. So we make the sacrifice willingly to do this because it's part of what we feel is fulfillment of our purpose here. What registers with us each time, you go to some of the homes and you see some of the residents at the homes who seem like they're in a totally different world. And when you start to sing, and particularly when we start to sing the traditional carols that they might have been accustomed to when they were going to church, growing up as children and young adults, and you see either the tears or the smiles that come from that, it makes it worth it.
And here on our Carib Island, our Christmas sunbeams shine for the baby of Christmas. Shine, sunbeams, shine. And here on our Carib Island,
I'm a lover of music, and it's really refreshing to see the Jamaica folk singers here at Devon House. This is a true meaning of Christmas and also a revival of our cultural heritage, and it's good to know that the history lives on, and I wish them continued success in their endeavors.
So caroling of itself, it just brings just an added thing to it, just to bring the excitement along. So it's a great idea.
When I was younger, we usually go from door to door early in the morning do caroling, so it's a good tradition to maintain.
La, 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 la. Then we join hands and dance around and round. Then we join hands and dance around and round. Me dey rock so, you dey rock so, and a banyan tree.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations.
New world beginning from tonight. Yeah, yippee, we're gonna ride the trail. Yeah,
The Scientific Research Council is bringing reliable, accurate, and efficient analytical testing services to you. Investors, manufacturers, and service operators, protect yourself and consumers by ensuring that your product and environs are safe and secure. Come to us to test your food, cosmetics, potable and recreational water, environmental air quality, trade effluent, and to conduct shelf life studies for products. The SRC conducts on-site sampling, or you can submit your samples to our offices at Hope Gardens Complex, Kingston 6. The Analytical Services Department Laboratory is certified locally and internationally and is accredited ISO 17025. For more information, visit our office or send an email to prinfo@src-jamaica.org or call us at 927-1771-4. The Scientific Research Council, making science, technology, and innovation work for you. With all the activities surrounding Christmas, it's important to be wise and practice the following safety tips. Don't take out large sums of cash when shopping. One should discreetly handle cash. Select well-lit parking areas. After parking, ensure all windows are wound up completely. A slightly open window can render all other precautions useless. Don't leave valuables visible in your vehicle. And be cautious when driving alone. If being trailed, drive to the nearest police station or crowded area, sound your horn constantly, or begin to shout. Thanks for spending time with us. The proverb we leave you with is, "Hogs to the first dirty water me catch, mo wash." What does this mean? Make use of the first opportunity that comes your way. Remember to keep up to date with the latest government info. Join us online at jis.gov.jm or watch our programs on our YouTube channel. And be sure to check out our social media platforms. You may also catch a new edition of Jamaica Magazine tomorrow on this very station. Until then, I'm Theodore Henry. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.